What's up, guys? Today I wanted to do a review on this Amazon guitar toolkit. Cost me $21.59 and I highly recommend it in spite of other people that rag on it. And yeah, there's some other expensiver ones, more expensive ones I should say. Why? Because they give you, a couple other things. Is it the highest quality of tools that you could get? No. Do they work? Yes, they do. And the people that rag on your fret protectors, radius gauges, your fret rocker, and even these things here, which they're not fret files. They are torch cleaners for my, I have a set for my oxygen and acetylene and my MIG welder. They're to clean the tips out. But they're useful. Why are they useful? Because those things right there, for a guitar nut, if you have, crap in it, it'll clean it out. It works. Is it going to cut your nut? No. You want to cut your nut? You want to make a cheap thing? Go see my other video with a feeler gauge and how I constructed one of them and filed teeth in. People rag on a ruler. Oh, why do we want a ruler? Well, because a ruler is necessary for measurements. This one gives you both inches and it also gives you millimeters and centimeters. Gives you a little pouch. The card I kind of find useless. These clippers, not useful, but it comes with a string winder, so it's always good to have an extra string winder. Go to Harbor Freight, get yourself a pair of angle cutters for $3 or $4. And it comes with a crowning file, which has a wider and a more shallow, narrower groove. It comes with these radius gauges, which, again, fret rocker, the radius gauges, and your fret protectors. I would take some 1000 grit wet sandpaper and file over the edges because they're just stamped out. You don't need StewMac. Just like Snap-on and Craftsman and all of that shit. You know, they're quality tools. Are they gonna last you longer? Well, Snap-on went downhill, let me tell you that. So a lot of times I find myself going to Harbor Freight and buying Pittsburgh because they got a lifetime warranty on those things. And the warranty process isn't as easy anymore with Snap-on. Same thing with Craftsman. Since Sears went out in my area, you can't just walk into Lowe's and say, oh yeah, well, how about replacing a socket because it broke, or a ratchet because it broke. Don't work that way no more. You got to send that shit in, and you're paying shipping and handling. But anyway, that's besides the point. A lot of people rag on these files too. They say, oh, they're shit, they're junk. They're not shit. They're not junk. Are they quality? No, but you know what? You're not filing a nut with these. They're diamond coated. They're different from, let me show you this set here. I have this set from Harbor Freight for 20 years. You have no idea how long and hard I use these files. Which brings me to this file in particular, because you could see it's a flat file, and StewMac makes one that is, thicker. It's more square. But you could do the same job as I've done with this file. This set cost me $2.99, and you could still get a kit similar at Harbor Freight for the same price. Where StewMac, for one file, I think it's 25 bucks. Why? Because they have a smooth edge. Well, look at that. That has a smooth edge right there, and that can ride up alongside your fretboard just as well. It has cutting teeth here, here, and here, but the smooth edge is there. Don't talk to me about tools. Don't disagree with me about tools, because I own plenty of them. I own high quality, I own mediocre, and I own cheap shit. And like I said, if you're a guitar player, you should know how, because knowledge is power. You go into a guitar shop and you ask them to set it up. You pay them X amount of money. Just like hiring anybody to do any kind of work. because also I know about auto mechanics and people tried to fuck me over with that. Also hired contractors that tried to fuck me over, but I caught what they were doing. And their whole thing is get you in, get you out, move on to the next job and make their money. This file here, there's nothing wrong with it. It's going to recrown your frets. And you're going to go ahead and polish it up with some sandpaper. You know, even, you know, diamond plated or coated files will work. This set I've done it already with. The radius gauges, you don't necessarily need these. You can set your string height at the 12th fret and work from your low E and go all the way to your high E and set it at, you know, I like mine from high E to the D string, 64 thousandths of an inch, and I like to set my A and low E to 3/32. Just take a rule like this and measure at the 12th fret from the fret to the bottom of the string and go right across. It'll give you the same radius instead of buying these. Why did I buy these? Because it's quicker and easier to measure in each string right then and there. One thing I will say, these are all stamped, by the way, so it gives you a nice indication. And then all you got to do is get yourself a key ring, put them all together after you file them all up. I did find some of them, you know, they need to be tweaked, bent just slightly. They give you a screwdriver here. It has Phillips and it has a straight, and then it has some notches in it, which are very useful. And if I could do this with one hand, you go ahead, you insert that, and that collar locks it in. Now, if you check it out, it also shortens it up. Pretty neat. Allen keys. Are they real good quality? No, but neither is the one you get with the truss rod. What more can I say? They give you a nice case here to store everything in. And with a set of feeler gauges from Harbor Freight, $4.99, and then if you buy another set for $4.99 and make a nut slot tool to cut your guitar nuts, you know, you can watch my other video on that, like I said, and you're pretty much ready to go. The rule, you know, is it the best one? No, I prefer the one I have a high quality one. The fret rocker, if you don't know what that is, it gives you 4 sides. You put it across 3 frets at a time, and you simply rock it back and forth. Now, a lot of people, I heard, oh, well, the fret rocker, you know, it's not precision. Well, unless it's surface ground, you're not going to get precision ground. I heard them complain about aluminum ones. There's nothing wrong with aluminum. Are they softer? Do you have to watch? Yeah, this one happens to be steel. It doesn't matter. Steel rusts. Aluminum doesn't. It's not like you're going to, you know, bang on it or anything. So take some freaking 1000 grit sandpaper, file it up. And you got a you know, a nice starter kit right here, because these things right here cost $9.95. And you're still going to have to file them up. And if you buy that StewMac shit, I'm not ragging on StewMac. I just can't see them charging that kind of money for something like I said, you know, $25 for a file. This thing does the same freaking thing. I know, I did it. I just bought freaking 2 Ibanez guitars, and the frets were rough, and I used that. So, you know, don't be afraid because you read somebody's review on there. Half these people don't even know what the fuck they're talking about because they're not mechanically inclined and they don't have the knowledge on how to do the stuff the right way. And the ones that do have the knowledge want to discourage you because you're taking money out of their pocket. Companies are living on their name these days.